There's a new track out on one of my record labels from Sam Gifford, who his track did appear on the demo drop, and I now have I can show it you actually. Media source. Let's just put it on here. You have to hear it as well. You can go and buy it now, and you can stream it on Spotify and all that jazz. Short form content, blah, 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 blah. And then here we go. Let me know if you can hear it.
Let's jump more funk, this pump house drunk, no front or jump. We hear the bump, come close, feel lump, our outfit stuck, men's hair nice, cut by women, strut, we dress to death, don't lose your breath, this life's the best, so pound your chest and get real up, let hate me numb, wow, this party slump.
Yeah, there you go. That is sounds like Guy had no input to this one again. No, he didn't. That is by Sam Gifford. And here is the link if you want to go and stream it. I'll also put it in today's description for YouTube as well. Yeah, it's an awesome tune, isn't it? I love it. Hence why I wanted to sign it to one of my record labels. So there we go. So yeah, well done, Sam Gifford. And again, this is a good example why it's good for you to send in your music, because I sometimes will sign people's music that I like to one of my record labels, or one of my friends who runs a record label. I have a few of them. Hello, Sam. Yay. Did you hear us playing your song? I summoned you. Yeah, I'm massively proud of you. I love that tune. So I've just sent out the promo for it on my socials. So just a little video. I'll send that over to you. Can you just remind me by sending me a message? And I will send you the assets, as they say in the biz. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, on with the show. Here we go. First of all, we're going to be playing a new one by Adam M and Jojo. And they go under the name... They go under the name Beauty and the Beast and have done for a while. Paddy says, just know his style and his more acid 303s and enveloping the high pass filter with mucho distortion. I wouldn't say he uses a lot of distortion though. He he'd tell you this himself. He didn't use a lot of distortion. He might use a little bit of saturation on the layer at a push. Yeah, you put your own twist on it. That's cool. That's cool because you know it's sometimes it can just be the word, can't it? You know, but Guy's very specific with his words. So he would say it wouldn't be distortion. He would say it would be saturation, and it would just be a little bit. But yeah, you're kind of right. He uses 303s, or he makes 303 sounds. He uses a lot of envelopes, but a lot of us do. We all use acids, and we all envelope the high pass filter. But that's cool. That's good that you take an interest in his stuff. He's amazing, isn't he? He's really cool. So yeah, welcome in everybody. First of all, we have got. Did you see that? Yeah, so we've been saying for ages, Control 4, about the cat's purr, because our cat Fudge has got a very specific kind of a purr. Now, if you don't know, Guy's got a Patreon, and he goes through how he's used the cat's purr in like loads of different ways on his latest thingy. On his latest video. I'm just going to leave you his Patreon details there. So like he makes all of the sounds of the tune with the cat's purr. So like the kick, the hi-hats, the bass line, the melody, everything. And yeah, it's just really, really cool. It's so clever. Yeah. Yeah, he's brilliant. And it's so great for me to, just be with him 24/7, and we just have the best conversations about music production every single day. Hence why, I am now a confident music producer myself, and that is a lot to do with his guidance. His guidance. So yeah, Mon Petit Loup, thank you very much for 9 months. That's a Twitch baby right there. Thank you, darling. Great to see you. I hope you are well. Yeah, so on we go with the show. This is Beauty and the Beast and Raver, baby. Still getting used to Windows 11. It's a whole thing. It's very emotional for me right now. Oh, okay, here we go.
Let the bass kick.
90s, baby. Come on. Are you in 90s, baby? It's the 90s, baby. Come on. Let's party like it's 1990, 90s, baby. Are you in 90s, baby? It's the 90s, baby. Let's party like it's 1990, 90s, baby. Are you in 90s, baby? It's the 90s, baby. Let's party like it's 1990, 90s, baby. Are you in 90s, baby? It's the 90s, baby. Let's party like it's 1990, 90s, baby. Are you in 90s, baby? It's the 90s, baby. Let's party like it's 1990.
Let the bass kick.
Go, Beauty and the Beast, aka Jojo and Adam M. Yeah, very Ian M sounding. It reminds me of Good Time. Wave your hands for the good times. That one. And yeah, it's got that kind of like that groovy. Like the toms, low toms, all keeping it on like the same note. There's no like moving from that root note, keeping it relentless, keeping it forward motion, keeping it solid. Very techno-esque. Control 4 says there is a conflict in the low end. It needs to be cleaned. I agree to a point, but I also agree with what Chad Lemon says. That those phasing things can actually be quite a cool aspect in hard house. That's kind of like an aesthetic, especially when we're talking about percussion. In fact, Adam M, Ben Stevens, producers like that will intentionally create layers of kicks which move ever so slightly out of in and out of phase and in and out of like pitch in order to create the sound or the sense of two kick drums mixing into each other, which requires phasing. So it's all down to taste. Yeah, I like it. I think that it's a good aspect of it. It depends on where your kind of discipline is or your genre, you know, what you are going to value or, you know, put the most emphasis or focus on. So, yes. Oh, Traveling Mans, I love that. You make music for listeners, not engineers. Yeah, we have to kind of like get out of our production mindset and just listen to it as a piece of music. I've now got to a stage with my DJ teaching where I really don't care anymore if I hear a really great DJ that's not that good at mixing. It doesn't bother me. I am just listening to it for the music now. And I think that's come from being a teacher and like helping people who are still learning and hearing a lot of galloping horses, whatever you want to call it. And to the point now where like, it's just, it's not like a thing because I know that they are getting better at doing that, at beat matching, and, you know, it's all part of that process. I won't sit there and listen to a set now and be critical of they made a little mistake and, you know, now I don't think they're a good DJ anymore. No, if they're playing banging tunes, don't care. And also the same is true for ideas. I'm an ideas person. I'm a creative person. I want to hear something that's exciting and has got energy to it. And, you know, and those things are the most important. Hi, Adam. Yay. Yeah, we love it. We love it. But yeah, it's not to say that Control 4 might not be correct, but you're correct for you. But I know that you're from the psytrance scene, and the psytrance production side of things is quite different to ours. Ours is sample based, right? Ours is all our music production. The whole ethos of hard house is all sample based, and that is inherently going to create phasing issues, the need for phase inversion. But I honestly feel like and because we mix the records so long over the top of each other, we kind of love that phasing sound. It's kind of like part of our thing. But I get what you mean. It's all good. So yeah. I love this tune. I mean, I love that vocal anyway. I've heard that vocal on bounce tunes before, but I've never heard it in the context of a hard house tune, and I loved it. Really, really great, thrappy, just, you know, head down, stompy tune. Really, really nice. I'm going to be playing this for a long time. Myself and Adam M are going to be in the studio making our own tune on. That was weird. Something just moved on its own over there. What was it? Something's fallen down, I think. Either that or I've got a poltergeist in here. Poltergeist. What was I saying? Yeah, we're in the studio on Sunday. So that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, we've got some ideas of what we're going to do. And yeah, like all of Adam's stuff for me is just, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, not really much else to say. Really nice to see you two doing a track together as well, Under Beauty and the Beast. And I look forward to seeing you both at High Octane, where I'm going to be doing a back-to-back with Jojo. It's going to be so much fun. And guys, if you want to come to that, let me just give you the date for High Octane while I'm here. It's at Beaverworks in Leeds. And it is on 20th of June. So go and get yourself some tickets. I put the link in the chat now, actually. Octane Beaverworks. I can't wait either. It's going to be awesome. There's another one as well, isn't there? You got, oh, you're doing Thingamabob, the extended one. That's you, isn't it? And is it Paul Norris? You're doing like 4 hours, aren't you, each? Something like that. So let me give you that one as well. So there's this one, if you want to go to this one, which is a bit before. And do we have the ticket links for my one yet? Seem to... Can't find it at the moment. Oops. Oh no, where's my chat thing? Do we have the one for... Do we have the one for High Octane? Oh, okay, let me just VIP you, because otherwise you won't be able to post a link. What? Oh, I can't VIP you. If you send me the link, just send me a Facebook message, please, Adam, and then I will do it my end. I'll put it in the chat while we listen to the next tune. So, where did I get my sweatshirt? This is from Our Era, which is by Rigsy, friend of mine. Yeah, Adam, send me the link because you won't be able to put it in the chat because there's a thing on it. So to stop people spamming the OnlyFans or something, I don't know. If you just send it to me on Messenger, on my private Messenger, and then I'll be able to put it in the chat for you. Yeah, so that is Beauty and the Beast. So, do you want to hear my one next? So I've had a week off uni this week, and I have been doing a bit of studio work and been using a few different ways of using like parallel compression and parallel effects in general, and using Fruity Patcher to create some new strange ways of processing vocals. I mean, you could use parallel compression and parallel limiting and stuff for any aspect of mixing any amount of elements to your tracks, but I particularly wanted to use it in a track that I've done, which I've got someone to sing it. Because I can't sing it. I mean, I've got Melodyne, but I'm not... It's... You know what I mean? It's just going to sound like Cher. So I've got Faye to sing on it. So it's something that I've been working on for a while. I'm really happy with it. Another thing as well, Tidy signed one of my remixes that I'd made, and it's on the new remixed album, which I'm really proud of because I used to use engineers all the time for making my own music, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that, and I will still continue to do that, but it's just nice to be able to make my own stuff as well now. But then to get it signed to released on a label that, you know, I've been a part of and had a lot of releases on before, it was just such a really great milestone, and I just want you guys to know that you can always continue to have milestones in your careers. It's 25 years for me now, quarter of a century, and I'm still learning stuff and still can't sing. But my point is that, you know, you can always make new goals and have new projects and start something new and create something new. And, you know, the only person in your way is you. You're more than capable of it. Since I stopped doing things that I shouldn't do and did the things that I should do, life just got like really easy. I stopped drinking a box of red wine an evening. Hey, how about you drink this stuff called water and electrolytes instead? Like, no, that can't be it. Don't take my alcohol away from me. Why can't I think properly? Why am I always tired and emotional? Why am I always eating crap? No, it's not the red wine. Why have I never got any money? Because I've spent it all on things that I shouldn't have spent them on. You know? Weird. When you give yourself a chance, you can create, make things happen, learn new things, get stronger, get healthier, have peace of mind. And, I want you all to value those things. I want you all to value delayed gratification for things, put some effort into things that you want. And because time is the one thing that you can't stop happening, right? You can't stop 5 years from going. It's just going to go with or without you. Well, with you. And in those 5 years, you could have learned something new. I've just finished learning. Well, not finished. I'm now a year every single day learning Japanese. And I know so much more about Japanese than I did a year ago. I can read some kanji. I can read hiragana. And I can speak a little bit of Japanese now, and I'm really enjoying it. I'll probably never be fluent in it, but again, that's me saying that to myself. But the point of it is the allowing yourself the opportunity of learning something new, and you can do it. You can do it. So yeah, so just do it. My favorite saying in Japanese is "yosu karo" or "kusuyaro," which means motherfucker, and baka, which I think means idiot. There you go. Yeah, Japan's amazing. I went there a couple of years ago and I feel like it's my favourite place in the whole world apart from being at home. So yeah. Has Adam sent me the link? Yay! Okay, here we go. So this is the link for the tickets for the High Octane event that I am going to be DJing at, doing a back-to-back with Jojo. And yeah, it's going to be so much fun. And I'll make sure that the ticket link is also on the YouTube. So you guys can go and grab it, grab the tickets from if you're watching this back on YouTube. Roadrunner, thank you. Thank you very, very much for 22 months now. That's mental. So yeah, I'm going to show you my newest tune that's nearly finished. It needs a mix down. Don't judge the mix down. And this was a project that came from my old computer and it's now on my new computer. And as you can imagine, there were a whole host of issues, including version numbers of plugins and VSTs that were not being compatible or wouldn't open up in this project. But I sorted it. It's done now. And this is the work in progress. Here we go. Yeah, it's not mastered yet either, by the way. There we go, gang. It is a work in progress. As I said, it needs a new mix down. I'm also going to be incorporating a chorus harmony to the second chorus. So like some chords with the vocal. And hi, Smoke. It definitely needs another mix down. It hasn't had a mix down since, like I said, adding this vocal. The key thing that I was concentrating on, like in every project that you do, there's like, well, not every, but you have those level up projects where you try a new workflow thing, and it either sticks with you and you do it from that point on, or you're like, oh, I wasn't too sure on that particular creative decision or, workflow decision or whatever. And the one thing that I will be doing within this project before it's finished is a bit more parallel limiting, possibly some mid-side compression stuff, now that I am confident with it, on the drums as well as with that vocal. Now, the reason why that vocal stands out a bit, I mean, it's slightly high in the mix at the moment because, like I say, it needs to all be mixed down. There's a few other things I want to do processing-wise beforehand, but I've been using Patcher with this vocal for some parallel processing of the effects. So instead of it going serial, like in your mixer channel, and it will be like, that thing happens first, and then it goes to that thing, and then it goes to that thing, and then it goes to that thing. With Patcher, you're able to route things. You have a lot more like ability to route the audio in weird and wonderful ways. And I think that can allow for a lot more control, especially when you're dealing with a project which has maybe a lot of loops, a lot of information in certain bands of frequency, and you want to make a decision, creative decisions, value decisions on which elements are going to be standing out at that moment. And one of the main things is obviously a vocal, as well as your kick and bass. So this hasn't yet been sidechained to the leads bus. So when it does, I think it will fit even more, because at the moment it's kind of like sitting on top of it, but I want it to kind of like be part of it without getting lost. The other thing that I did was I was messing around with a couple of different, and let me just show you, because I've got the project open now. Give me one good reason. Oh no. Okay, there is my screen. Look at that background. You can't see all of my oh no, that's the wrong one, that's why. I was gonna say. Is it that one? That one. Ah, there we go. That's more messy. There's me. I feel seen. Okay. So this is the project. So in the thingamybobs, the vocals, this is my vocal chain at the moment. So I was messing around with Patcher. Patcher was allowing me to do a bit of a choir unison kind of thing, and then using a bit of dynamic EQ with a band pass on the effect of the of that one particular that unison, that melody unison. So I'm able to just affect one of the plugins instead of like having it go through everything in this serial. Then we've got Smart Compressor, which is awesome. We've got a Smart EQ, which is really nice as well. smooth operator on here as well. And we're going into a limiter. And then I've got an auto volume just to keep everything balanced again. And then I've got these two things that I've been using. They're switched off now because I bounced down completely wet versions of them. But we've got this wonderful thing called Orbitron. It's really cool. I'll just switch it on and show it you. So in here, where are we? So here's my main. Here's my main vocal. Take it from here.
One good reason why you're not here. One good reason why I'm not leaving. Losing in the lights. Anything to bring back feeling you and me. And I know you can.
But as you can hear, it washes it out somewhat. And then that as well as Melda XXX, which is giving me a delay with, I think I had some phasing on here as well. Let me just switch that on as well. So those two together.
One good reason why you're not here. One good reason why you're not leaving. Losing in the lights.
And then did a bit of oversampling as well, just because sounds a lot smoother. And then bounced that down to be and then also this one. So there's two different versions. This is the phaser one. And then you got your completely dry version at the top here.
One good reason why you're not here.
And then by balancing all of these, so these are on a different mixer channel, I'm balancing them on, so main vocals on 38. I don't know if you can see. Should be able to see my, can you see, could you see any of that? I don't know if I had them detached or if they need to be detached. Let me just double check. Let me just see if you can see that by going on my screen. Yes, you can. Okay. So this is Orbitron. And then, so if it's, because I have to detach them, otherwise you can't see them on the screen. So that's detached now. Can you see that? You can see my mixer. I can't see my chat at the moment. I think that you can see. And let me just look on my phone because then I'll be able to like know for sure. Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. Yeah, so then they go into a second channel next to it. And then I use something called Fruity Balance, which is just a peak controller. Sends the signal.
One good reason why I'm not leaving. Losing all in the lights.
So what I'm doing is every single time the fucking transients of the vocal are hitting, it's pushing down the wet vocals, the processed vocals.
One good reason why you're not here. One good reason why I'm not leaving. Losing all in the lights. Anything to bring back feeling you and me. And I know we can be free.
I've just remembered you can see all of that because I'm showing my actual screen and not just Fruity. So yeah, that's kind of like a side chaining tool basically. Which comes with Fruity. There are other ways that you can do it. It's a lot easier in Ableton because you can just use a trigger. But yeah, I've just found that by doing this parallel processing, I'm just getting better results with it. So what I'll do eventually is with the vocal, with everything else, probably over these synths. I'll have that then side chained over on the vocals will be side chained to, the synth will be side chained to the vocals in order for them to poke through even more, because they live in the same postcode, right? In terms of frequency. There you go. And that means sometimes there's a little bit of gang rivalry, if you will. It's like get off my patch, get off my land, you. And then that causes some, issues because they're just fighting for space. You would though, wouldn't you? You'd be like, what are you doing? So you just gotta have a bit of give and take. So that's what it should have been called instead of side chaining, give and take. Here we go. Yeah. So that's what I have been really enjoying working with lately. And I've known about parallel compression for a long time. I've known about parallel processing, but I wasn't ready for it. I couldn't see any reason to bother with it. And I think sometimes that's the thing, isn't it, with learning music production, is you can know stuff, you can watch stuff on a tutorial, but it might not sink in at that time. It's not until you get to a project where you're like, oh, okay, I need to know this stuff now, that it is relevant to you. And I like that, because music production is such a nuanced, layered and deep subject rabbit hole, so subjective, so philosophical, so psychological, that all of the information is not going to be relevant to everybody at any time or with every genre. And it's just so wow. And like, still you might be shit. But you might get 3 people play it on SoundCloud. Yes. So yeah, there you go. I've been really, really enjoying that. And I hope that that's helped someone to just give parallel side chaining, give parallel fucking compression and limiting and parallel effects and using FL's Fruity Patcher a chance, because it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And yeah, I'm really glad that I've stuck with this. Again, what I was saying earlier about making your brain get used to delayed gratification, working on something for a long time. We said last week that a really good analogy for this is, imagine being at the start of a race. Everyone's there to cheer you on. And then that bit in the middle of that race, that marathon, where no one's there, nobody's watching, nobody cares, nobody's listening. But that's where all the hard work is. And then at the end of it, they're all cheering you again. So you've got to be okay with that lonely bit in the middle, which is hard. And you can learn that in many ways. I've learned that by going to the gym now. I've learned that by doing things like having really cold showers that are uncomfortable but feel better for it afterwards, eating better, eating really well, going not being a slave to my impulses, and sticking stuff out. So I've always done cold showers, yes. I'd probably not talked about it very much though, but yeah, they're awesome. It started from not through choice, because at the gym, the showers are just cold. And now I really like it. It's awful to begin with, but once you get used to it, there's some weird sounds that come out of that shower when I do it. I'm like, but it's great, and it sets you up for the day. After you do like couple of hours in the gym, and I'm like, getting in that shower is actually preferable to doing any more gym stuff. So yeah, really, really good. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys liked it. Like I said, needs another mix down, getting there slowly. But yeah, thank you for indulging me with that. I really appreciate it. Next up, we've got an amazing no worries, Timmy, see you later. We've got an amazing remix by Chris Nycon. And I'm really, really proud of this remix. I think it's a great remix. It is Guyver, Man on the Moon. Here we go.
nation should commit itself to achieving the goal of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
Absolutely love that. Yeah, really, really great take on the original. It's a yes from me. I think it's great. I'm going to make sure that Guy gets to hear it as well. I think he'll really like it. I was just replying then to Mott1986, who just said, how often do you do demo drops? I've sent my demo a few minutes ago, no rush or anything. So I've got a massive, massive backlog of emails that get sent. And so when you send it in, it goes into the emails, obviously. And then if you send me a message on either Facebook or Instagram, usually on a Tuesday is the best day to get me. And just give me a heads up that you've sent me an email. Tell me your email address and the track name, and then I'll put it on the show for the next Wednesday. That's the way that I do it. I don't I've already sorted out all of the tunes for today's show, and I do it ahead of time. I do that just so I can check things before actually playing it on the show, just to see if it's listenable, to you've not copied it from anyone else, or if it's AI or anything like that. So there's a few checks that I go through ahead of time. But yeah, if you please send it to the details here, and then, as I say, on a Tuesday, just send me a message and just say, hey, please play my tune on your next show. and then tell me your email address and the track name, and I will prioritise you over the hundreds of emails that I still have to get through. I think it's the only way at this point that I can, get through them more is the people that do message me, who are active on the show. So, yeah, you're not on here. You need to message me. You need to message me on Instagram or Facebook on a Tuesday. Thank you. Cheers, darling. And I just wanted to say, Chris, really lovely, amazing remix. Very staying true to the original with your own twist on things. I loved your little counter melody in there, the dun 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 dun. I loved that sense of urgency that it gave and took it on this different kind of trajectory from the original. And thank you, Mark. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you understood that. Okay, and I think that your production is just amazing over the last few years that you've sent me stuff. I mean, you were always good anyway, and it's just nice to see you, making a remix of a track that, is all part of our nostalgic heritage. And he is a lovely guy, isn't he? He's really lovely. He's really, really, and he wears nice jackets as well. He wears very cool jackets. I've seen him in real life, IRL. Yeah. So well done, mate. Again, a really great remix. Go and follow Chris on Thingy. There you go. Hi, Delta Trooper. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for the new follows as well. Next up, Ultimate Records, and this is Psycho. Okay, that is Psycho by Ultimate Records. I just want to ask, what are you using to make your music with? What DAW? And also, more specific than that, are you using any AI? Nexus says Control 4. You're using drugs. And in what way, if you are using AI? I like this track. I feel like it felt like it was a number of different tunes all in one go. Alberton and FL Studio. I don't use AI. No. Okay, cool. Alberton. I've never heard it called Alberton before. I quite like that. Ableton and FL Studio. Okay, so you're using two different DAWs. Why do you use two? That's awesome. Yeah, why? What is the thought process behind using Ableton and FL Studio? That's really interesting. I liked the switch ups of this. It did sound, mix them both together to get the sounds I need. We don't use Rewire anymore, do we? I don't think I know you can open up a door within a door. Canelin, thank you for watching. I hope you're well. So, yeah, okay, I understand. There are certain things in Ableton which can be a lot quicker in that door than in FL Studio. I like the fact that you're using two different DAWs. I think that's really cool. Get the best of both worlds in terms of those two DAWs. And I agree. I also use both of those, not at the same time, but I might do. But yeah, do you rewire it? How are you using both, or do you use them like separately on different sessions at the same time? That kind of thing. I'm just interested in your process. I did think that there was a lot of compression, a lot of limiting on this. So it was sounding very, very loud, but we were losing some dynamics. Hello, Zeric. It's on a Wednesday now. Yeah, because on a Tuesday, usually I'm late at uni, so... it sounded like the kick drum for example. Sometimes I use Rewire, but I use both at the same time most of the time. Cool. No, I love that for you. I think that's really great. The kick sounds very... I mean, it works with the name of the track because it's called Psycho. It does move around quite a bit. It sounds like a few different projects put together. But I would feel that that's kind of your point, isn't it? Because it's Psycho. So it's kind of like this switch up or, bipolar almost kind of thing. I like that. I like the way that it speaks to me. I also really enjoyed your use of delay, spatial effects, and then bringing it back in. Like there. This bit was really nice because we go all floaty and then you bring it in. Hello, Sam. But that kick there, you can just hear it there. It's not hitting. which is why I asked if you're using AI. If you're not using AI, then I think you need to be not processing the kick. Not processing the kick as much. I feel like that kick's very tinny, but it depends on like what style you're going for. But I know you said it's hard house, and if you want it to be a more authentic sounding hard house tune, I would get a more thumpy kick in there and try that instead. There was one drop I thought was going to go into colour bass. Oh, I love colour bass. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? All the spectral stuff that they use in colour bass. It just sounds like raindrops, doesn't it? It's so cool. So cool. It's hard house, hard techno, and hard trance together. Cool. Well, in that case, definitely get the kick heavier. Get that kick sorted out because it's definitely over compressed. Can't hear it. It's. If I played this in a set, and I'm just talking about this from a DJ's point of view, not a music producer, because as a music producer, it's up to you. But I feel that this would fall flat against other hard house tunes. Especially this bit. The kick sounds different here. Here it seems to be okay. But here. It might just be a mix down issue. That's just my personal opinion on it, by the way. But I really love the ideas, and I'm an ideas person. The creativity in this is awesome. The production quality is great, especially on these bits. But I definitely feel like you've upped the ante with the old compression or the limiting over the top of it. I think that it would sound, just hold back a little bit and give us some more dynamics on that, because here the kick's fine. But here, can you hear that? It sounds like you've got two different tunes going on, like completely though. I can hear the kick here, but over here, this is what made me think that, that's what made me think it might be AI, but you say it's not, and I'm going to believe you. Yeah, I would just keep an eye on that and probably go back into the project and sort that out. Because it lets it down towards that end bit. It does, but I really, really like the idea of this. So well done. I'm really proud of you. Well done. Yay! Next up, oh my goodness, we've got John Cooper, and this is called Foot in Your Ass. Here we go.
about mine. Put my foot in your ass if you say and then again!
Yeah, sorry I had to run to the loo then on account of the fact that I drink so much water these days because of my kidneys. So, yeah, thank you for sending this in, John. I love it. I think it's a load of fun. Where was the vocal from? Dude, where's my car? Yeah, it's very you. Very you. And yeah, I love this. It's a fun, energetic, hard house tune. Everything that you could want. It's stompy. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Hi, Wilson. How you doing, mate? Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and yeah, it's just a fun hard house tune, and yeah, please make sure you go and follow John on his SoundCloud. What a cool tune! I like the vocal hints that you're using in here. Acid line.
What about mine? Dude! What does mine say?
I remember that bit. So good. Yeah, really nice little riff in there as well, tying it all in together, making it a bit more musical. Loved it. I think it's excellent. Well done, May, and thank you for sending it in. Next up, we've got Silent Letter. And this is called This Feeling.
You're giving me this feeling I just can't pretend. Making moves in my head I can't comprehend. You're giving me this feeling I just can't pretend. You're making moves in my head I can't comprehend. You're giving me this feeling just can't pretend. You're making moves in my head I can't comprehend. You're giving me this feeling I can't comprehend.
Oh, what a cool tune! Silent Letter and This Feeling. So Silent Letter on their SoundCloud says, late night energy, warm synths, and that moment when the bass line hits just right. This feeling is about chasing the emotion on the dance floor, the connection, the release, the vibe you don't want to end. Turn it up, close your eyes, and let it move through you. If it hits, drop a like, share it with a friend, and add it to your late night rotation. I love that. I'm going to repost that as well. Yeah, I get all of those feels. And I love the fact that you've got a description like that. I wonder if you use these descriptions while you're making the track. The reason why I ask that is I find it really helpful to, on a piece of paper or on FL, you have a notepad, just to put a few words, a brief of, and I don't do this all the time. I think this is just something that I've picked up maybe from uni. Yeah, you need a vision, exactly, Control 4. But you also, it's also really important that we don't stray too far. I mean, obviously, entertain the muse when we are in the middle of a project and, okay, we take it this way, take it that way. But we have to try and pull it back to some degree because you know what it's like in those early projects that you start, and it could be at 140 and then you make it 128 and then you change something really specific about the track, and then you go back a few versions and then you're like, God, it sounds so different to how it was. And you can kind of get lost in it. So having a brief there, having some notes, having a storyboard, however it is that you can envisage where the track's going stylistically, arrangement-wise, feel-wise, emotion-wise, expression-wise, who is it for? And have this story in your mind of, the layout of it. It's very much, very similar to writing a short story within a book. I use Intuit Power in the reference track. Yeah, see, another way of doing it, yeah, as well as or instead of, is having a reference track there. Yeah, I do that a lot. I have reference tracks to keep me in line as well. Sometimes I feel like putting my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Okay. Sometimes I think that having a reference track can sometimes dishearten me, especially in the early stages of the track coming into fruition, because we're dealing with a track there that's mastered, fully mixed down, fully finished, all bells and whistles. And then we're listening to our fragmented pieces of a tune that we're putting together. And, that's a good point as well. Control 4 says reference resets the ear, possibly. But I think on an emotional level, sometimes it can make me think, oh, well, this is nowhere near that. And I can end up getting quite critical of my work before I've even given it a chance to get, become a full tune, a fully fledged, like an acorn into an oak tree, to give it ideas a little bit of time, let them grow a bit, let them mature. But yeah, whatever works for you.